Hi Angels, welcome back. Today we are going to be reacting to Mikey Bustos and his Filipino Superstitions and Beliefs tutorial. But before we get started, we definitely want to do a quick shout out to Keith David for enjoying our reactions to Mikey Bustos, and as well absolutely adoring and loving everything Mikey Bustos does himself. So hopefully you're gonna continue supporting Mikey and us, and we appreciate it. So let's go ahead and give this one a go. I am super curious of what this video has to offer and to learn new things about Filipino culture.
Yes.
Let's go ahead and give it a go.
Hola Arinola, this is your Pinoy boy Mikey Bustos bringing you another Filipino tutorial. Now my mom, lolas and relatives always used to tell me some of the strangest things growing up. But now that I am older, I know that a lot of these things are just superstitions and beliefs. We Filipinos are so creative when making connections. For instance, did you notice that most of my videos include a bird in some way?
Oh yeah, we saw that one.
Oh yeah. That's gross.
It's because birds fly high and make a lot of noise, just like my videos. It's good luck. And so, ladies and gents, this tutorial is about Filipino superstitions and beliefs. Let us start at the beginning of the year, that is. We Filipinos believe that you have to wear polka dots or circles, and also display 12 round fruits in the house. They say it leads to prosperity. Now Filipinos also believe that at the stroke of midnight on New Year's, you have to jump so that you will grow taller.
Yeah.
Every New Year I am like a frog. If this were true, I would be a basketball player by now. With Holy Week coming up, all Filipinos know that you cannot get sugat or a wound on Good Friday because Filipinos believe that it will take a long time to heal. The first time I did this. Ready for church?
Ready for church.
You know, my tita used to always tell me that whenever your thumbs gets itchy, it means that money is coming your way. If that were the case, then any Filipino with an allergy is blessed because all they have to do is touch what they are allergic to, get itchy, and get paid.
So, John, Yadan, Tumangil, Pestaño, Bustos.
Bustos.
Your previous job, would you say is relevant work experience for this company?
Well,
I love that smile.
Yeah.
for many years, I used to touch pussycats. Now you know it is always sad when a loved one of ours
Interesting.
departs and goes to heaven. After a funeral, Filipinos cannot go home right away. We do what is called pagpag, and we go eat somewhere or stop by somewhere first, because it is said that if you go home right away after the funeral, a ghost will follow you. You know, if that were true,
I don't want
I would
that.
just go to my
I love how
in-laws'
he's
house
gargling
and
after all the
him
ones
to
that are
say sorry.
nonsensical.
Yeah.
Secretly drop up the ghost there. Panalo.
Drop off the
Philippines,
ghost
You really
there.
have to watch where you point with your finger. You cannot just point at a tree, a mound, a mountain,
He said this one
a
in the-
landmark. Actually, in the province,
mythological
you cannot
creatures.
point anywhere. Filipinos believe that there are spirits or duende, also known as goblins or dwarfs, that will get angry if you point at their house. In fact, that's probably why we Filipinos point with our lips like this. And we say tabi-tabi po so we don't anger the duende.
Tabi po.
Province, I took a selfie pointing at a big tree. But then my mom told me to bite my finger because it might anger the duende. To my surprise, I actually got sick and got a sore throat. And guess what my mom said? It's because the duende were mad at you. Don't you know how powerful the duende is, Michael? Here, gargle some of this to kill the bacteria in your throat so that you will be better. I'm also making salabat na.
So sounds like a mom's
Right.
thing.
Yeah, it's a mom
Back
though.
straight, okay? First of all, there's no such thing as a duende. And second, call me a nerd, but 85% of sore throats are caused by viruses, not bacteria. And that's why you need to use betadine gargle, because it kills viruses and bacteria and fungi. And third, there's no such thing as a duende.
There's no such thing as a duende.
It's like he's trying to make sure
Yeah,
to, like, you know.
yeah.
I said, Mommy, I will prove you wrong. Tomorrow, I will go to that tree, point at it like crazy, and then gargle with this betadine. And watch. I will be fine. Nothing will happen to me. And I did
I will be
yesterday. And look, I'm okay. Michael, it's because I said, tabi-tabi po.
Yeah, like he's so mad.
Filipinos have so many beliefs. What are some of the Filipino beliefs and superstitions that you were told as a kid? Be sure to leave it in the comment section.
That's awesome.
And so,
Yeah.
whether you believe in these strange things or not, we Filipinos will always have the most interesting superstitions, myths, and beliefs. See you again.
Oh my goodness.
Goodbye, barangay.
Got it. Okay, Mommy. I did it. I'm going outside to play now. I pulled 100 white hairs. Michael, remember, if a bird gets one of my white hairs and uses it for his nest, I will go crazy. So make sure to throw it all away in the garbage. I don't think we need a bird for that to happen. Mabuhay! Thanks so much for watching my video.
I wonder if you get smacked after that
Yeah,
one
he
or not.
probably did.
That was definitely interesting, and I think it's fascinating when different cultures have a different superstition.
Yeah.
There are some that are similar to your own, but everybody is just on a completely
Yeah.
different level. And it feels like with as the generation goes, the superstition getting less and
Yeah.
less, believed in. Where back then, let's go with our parents and stuff, it's followed so much.
Yeah.
Like so much.
Yeah, and like I was really surprised that I had never heard any of the superstitions that he like pointed out in that video except for like one. So
Yeah.
I was that
Like
was
I
really
got
interesting.
the hand itchy.
Yeah,
You
the
know?
hand itching, that is a thing in the United States. They say that if your hand itches and if your ears burn, someone's talking about
It's
you.
like I know in Russia, it's if your right hand itches, that means you're gonna be meeting someone. Like you're gonna meet someone either new or just like haven't seen someone in a while. You're gonna meet them, and then if your left hand itches, that one is the one for money. So whenever my right hand itches, I'm like, stop it.
Stop it.
Like, do this one, itch
Yeah.
this one. All right, so this was definitely entertaining and fascinating. So we decided to kind of like make our own a list for the superstitions that we grew up with.
Yeah.
Not necessarily that there are some that we're gonna say that we are actually ourselves following, because I guess maybe it's just been in our head so much that we definitely think we have to follow with it, and there are some we're like, that's not
that's
gonna
never
happen.
happening. Yeah.
So
Right.
these are just the ones we grew up with, and this is what our parents taught us.
Yeah.
Take it away.
Okay. So in the United States, specifically the region that we live in, this is what I grew up with. Some of the things that I could think of, I should say, because I'm sure there are tons others that I can't remember. So like actions that are considered to be bad luck in the United States, or at least in the kind of southern part of the United States. Black cats crossing your path, that's supposed to be very unlucky. I don't believe in that
Poor
because
cats.
I owned a black cat for 20 years. So like, yeah.
That's out.
Yeah. Breaking a mirror. In the United States, we believe that if you break a mirror, you will get 7 years of bad luck, which is a very specific number.
Yeah.
You know?
In my opinion, way too specific. Well,
Yeah,
I'm just
like,
gonna make my
why-
own number.
yeah.
I'm gonna say 7 days.
I'm
7
gonna
hours.
say 7 seconds.
Yeah. Oh,
So,
or
yeah.
7 nothing.
Yeah. So, and considering I broke 2 mirrors recently, like I hope it's not true. Stepping on a crack. I'm not sure if you've ever heard of that rhyme. I think it's more of like just a children's rhyme. But I grew up, we used to sing this all the time when we were kids. It's step on a crack, break your mother's back. So
mother.
how morbid for like little 4 and 5-year-olds to be singing this around.
Yeah, I heard about that, but
Yeah.
that does definitely sounds more that goes for kids who are like
Yeah.
very little.
Well, yeah, and it's just like a little fun thing, and people would like purposely
Fun,
step on
morbid
cracks.
thing. My back is already broken.
Yeah, I
don't need
know.
that.
Yeah, don't need it. Walking under a ladder is considered to be unlucky. I don't really understand why it is, other than like it might collapse on you or something. But
I guess squishes.
but kind of along those lines, like stepping over a broom is considered to be unlucky. Like if a broom is laying on the floor and you walk over the broom handle, that's considered to be unlucky. I think that had to do with like witches. Don't quote me on that though. I think I read something about how people used to say that like it meant you were a witch or something. Opening an umbrella inside, that is something that I do not like, but I don't like it because I feel like it's superstitious. I just get really angry when I walk into one of the rooms and my child is playing with an umbrella in the house and knocking things over.
Well,
So,
yeah, I think when it comes
yeah.
to, like, in my opinion, it should be played just because you are a child. You don't need to be
You need
touching
to-
it because
yeah.
you're first of all, you're going to knock something
something
down,
down.
knock someone else down with it. You know, it depends how you
Yeah.
do it. Or you're going to poke your eyeball out
Yeah.
with the pointy thing.
Yeah.
But I don't really see the big deal about the opening
it
umbrellas.
inside. Yeah, I don't really feel like it's bad luck. It just gets on my nerves when mine plays with it inside. This is one that my father believes in wholeheartedly, 100%. You ever do this and you will be like thrown out of his house, is throwing a hat on the bed. Throwing a hat on the bed is supposed to be extremely unlucky, and it can even bring on death.
I've never heard that
So
one.
yeah, my dad is very hardcore in that one. You're not. I did it one time in front of him, and
Can
I
you put
thought
it on the couch?
like, yeah, you can put it on a couch, just not a bed, not something that you sleep in. So, but he got very angry with me the one time that I did it.
Okay, interesting.
Other things that are unlucky, like numbers that are unlucky in the United States. Of course, 666 is unlucky. And that comes from the Bible in Revelations, talking about how 666 is the mark of the devil, mark of the beast. So everybody pretty much unanimously agrees in the United States that 666 means that you're like in line with Satan. Yeah. Friday the 13th is supposed to be a very unlucky day. And I think that is more because Friday, like the 13th falling on a Friday, is kind of rare, and also because people consider the number 13 to be very unlucky.
You know what? Like, I actually had an incident one year in Russia where it was a Friday the 13th. I was doing my, like, I don't know if it was my classes that I was taking, like dance classes or my language classes, but I was coming back home, and we lived in an apartment building which has 10th floor, and I live on a 10th floor, so elevator, of course. If you're lucky, if it works. Well, anyway, so I go up in an elevator and I get stuck in between like 6th and 7th floor, and I'm like, and I keep associating with it. And then like after like I finally they got me out of there, you know, I still had school that time, so I called mom at work. Mom, I got stuck in an elevator. I don't feel good. It's Friday the 13th. I'm not going to school. She's like, excuse me?
Yeah, like I'm
Get
going
your
to
butt
beat you.
to school.
Yeah.
And after that, I'm like, okay, Angelina, that's stupid.
Yeah.
Get over it. It's not going to happen. So now Friday the 13th just means, ooh, scary movies.
But you know what's really funny that you say that? You got stuck between the 6th and the 7th floor. 6 plus 7 is 13.
I don't know if it was 6 and 7 or 5 and 6.
Okay, because I was getting ready to say, if it was 6 and 7, that's really
I can't remember.
scary.
I just know it was in between.
in between floors.
And then when I got out, I walked farther. You know,
Yeah.
I walked back up. So I can't remember. So it's been literally like, I think I was about 12 or 11 years old. So.
Yeah, okay.
But I'll let you have that one.
Yeah,
because 6 and 7 is fine with me.
Oh yeah. So you'd like, well, the number 13 is supposed to be very unlucky. I have been in office buildings and stuff like that where they a lot of the times in the United States you'll have stairwells marked with the number floor, and they'll skip 13 on those, or they'll skip the number 13 in the elevator. Like, people take it that seriously sometimes. I had one guy, I was on the phone with my internet company, and because I had accidentally like I couldn't remember the password to my router, and so I had set up the internet service in 2013, and I had used that as part of my password, the 13, and he refused to say the number 13, and then told me at the end of the call that I needed to change my password because that was a very unlucky password. So yeah,
I'm sorry. If people go by, numbers and it prevents them during the day, daily life thing, that's
silly.
It's silly.
It's a
I'm sorry.
number.
You in school, that number is gonna come up. What are you gonna do? Oh, I'm sorry, teacher. I can't say this number. Well, here's you a F. Now sit back down.
Yeah, like I wouldn't do that. It's just silly. Some things that are good luck in the United States.
Wow, there are some?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We have a lot of bad luck stuff. Wishing on a star. I'm sure that probably is pretty cross-culture.
Yeah. That wishing on a star, in our case, I don't know, it's probably the same, but it's like the very first star that pops up is the one that...
Yeah, the first one that you see.
In Russia, when we were kids, like the first one you see, and if you were the first one that saw it, you get to choose
really?
nobody else does.
Oh.
It's like, hey, I saw it first, my wish.
Oh.
It might be the kid thing.
See, and for us, like how I grew up, it was always like the first star that you close your eyes and you look up, and then the first star that you see. And the rhyme goes, starlight, star bright, first star I see tonight. I wish I may, I wish I might have my wish, I wish tonight. So
that's a lot of wish words
it is a lot
that
of words.
I'm not going to remember.
Yeah. Crossing your fingers in the United States has two meanings, which I thought was always really funny. If you're wanting something to happen and you're like really hoping that, oh my gosh, I really hope this happens, cross your fingers, pray for me, do whatever. But that was something that it's like when you're hoping for something to happen, it's a good thing to have your fingers crossed. But it also means that if you're telling somebody that you will do something and you're not actually going to do it, you cross your fingers behind your back.
So that doesn't count.
So it doesn't count. That your promise doesn't count anymore because you crossed your fingers behind your back.
Yep, we had that too.
Yeah, so that's what crossing.
That was a universal.
Yeah. A heads up penny. In the United States, like if you're walking in a parking lot or somewhere or anywhere really, and you see a penny on the ground, there's an old rhyme that goes with that. That is, see a penny, pick it up, all day long, have good luck. And but it has to be a heads up penny. At least this is how I learned. It had to be a heads up penny because if you pick up a tails up penny, then it's unlucky. So yeah, in the United States, there's
you
always
can't
like
win.
You can't win here.
It's one way or the other.
Finding 4-leaf clovers is also really lucky. So
you can never find those in Russia.
I will say I used to I can remember going out and my sister and I doing that in the yard all the time, searching for 4-leaf clovers, and she was always so lucky to find them and I could never find them. We have a thing called beginner's luck in the United States. It's where when you are out with your friends and they're doing an activity for the first time and they're really good at it, you call it beginner's luck.
Yeah, I heard that.
So if you...
I kind of like that saying.
Yeah, if you've never bowled before, gone bowling and you strike out the entire game and do really well, then they say that you have beginner's luck.
Yeah.
Carrying around rabbit's feet. This is disgusting to me. But a lot of times if you go into souvenir shops and stuff like that in the United States, you'll find rabbit's feet, literal feet of rabbit, that have been preserved somehow. Some of them are fake, but rabbit's feet attached to keychains and stuff, because apparently having a rabbit's foot is considered to be a lucky item.
In Russia, I had a rabbit's hat. It was dyed red.
A hat? Okay, yeah, but feet are disgusting. I don't know why somebody would do that. Talking about New Year's, how Mikey did, in the United States, there are two traditions that I kind of follow halfway. One of them, at least, in the United States, at least where I'm from, eating cabbage on New Year's is lucky. And basically what the tradition is that you start cooking your cabbage and you put either a dime or a nickel, some kind of coin. You wash it first. Wash it really well
Sanitize the poop out of it.
And then, literally. And, then you put that coin inside the cabbage, the pot of cabbage that you're making for New Year's dinner. and you serve up dinner to all of your family, and whoever finds the coin in their cabbage is supposed to make a lot of money that year. So that's something that we do.
What if I come in and I take the cabbage home?
No, yeah, I'd be
like,
super mad. Like, no. But in the act of eating cabbage is supposed to mean prosperity. So, I mean, that's kind of like how they were like, oh, we have the round fruits, well, we have cabbage. So
I like cabbage.
Another tradition for New Year's is you kiss the person that you're in love with on New Year's at the stroke of midnight, which I've never done that before, so.
It's like,
Forever alone.
I don't kiss people.
Yeah, forever alone.
I think it's just kind of like a weird tradition. Or, you know, like I know, was it on Christmas? It's the mistletoe and stuff?
Yeah. At Christmas time, you hang mistletoe, and if you walk under mistletoe, you're supposed to kiss whoever is under the mistletoe with you. It does not matter if it's your spouse or your significant other or not. If you're under the mistletoe with someone, you're supposed to kiss them.
Yeah, whether it's going to be a spousal kiss or it's going to be like a friendly kiss, or it's like your child, you pick him up and just squeeze him over.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, with New Year's, when you kiss somebody on New Year's, it's supposed to mean that your love is going to last the entire year, which
just
is super
for the
romantic and sweet.
But then why the year?
Yeah, I know.
You
but
know,
why not
like
forever?
shouldn't be like it'll last as long as you will make it happen. I guess I don't know.
I guess the last two ones that I have that I've always grown up with, that I actually these are the two things that I do follow and I do believe in. Bad news and death comes in threes. So like bad news can be anything from like you lost your job to, you know, something bad happened. It always comes
negative.
I know. We are negative. We are negative Nancy's here. But like I believe this, like especially with death comes in threes. I mean that's happened consistently throughout my life. Like I will know somebody that has passed away, and then, you know, not long after, two other people that I've known have passed away. I'm a believer of that. You can call me crazy, but I believe it.
I think it's just, I mean, it is what it is. Like, everybody has their own thing that they grew up with. It's something has kind of like become
part of their identity.
Yeah, exactly. It does. I completely understand. I mean, I have my own things that you guys probably gonna find absolutely ridiculous. You know, but to other cultures, when they hear something, of course, that would be like kind of crazy and makes no sense. And it's just because the way we grow up, the way we process things, it's different. You know, but it is what it is. I mean, I've lived in the U.S. now for 12 years, and there has a few things that probably kind of make sense to me. I don't necessarily follow them, but I understand them, and sometimes I'll think about it. But all my kind of superstitions are coming from my family, which is like the Russian, the Asian side. So I follow more of those. Which my household now kind of follows that with them because they have no choice.
Oh yeah, and see, my child does too. And like the last one that I have that I do follow a lot, and it's more of not so much that I believe it, it's just it's a habit really. Is knock on wood. In the United States, if you say something that could possibly jinx yourself, like say you're talking to a friend and they're complaining about getting pulled over and getting a speeding ticket, you can, if you say, well, I've never gotten a speeding ticket, luck will have it that you will get a speeding ticket. So to cancel that out, you on wood. So you knock on wood, and you don't even have to really knock on wood. A lot of people do that, but you could say knock on wood. You know what
the funny thing is?
To keep it
like
from
after
happening.
You mentioned that in Russia we have exactly the same thing. You know, from jinxing and stuff. But one of the things, I don't know if it's like, maybe we did it when we were younger, or people like an adults do it, but it's something kind of stuck with me when we do that, you know, knock on wood. But ours also, you have to like kind of like slightly spit to the left 3 times.
Ew.
Like this. You go like that. Yeah. Like like
I'm gonna do that all the time now.
to the left.
Oh,
not where I'm at. That's something we do. I haven't done that. I don't do that like as often, but once kind of like I remember it, because I haven't actually remembered it for a while until you just mentioned that. And I'm like, oh yeah, we do that. So once I do remember it, I actually do follow with that one. So now we are going to go to the list of my family crazy superstitions. I don't think we'll need these.
Yeah.
I don't know why we have them. Let's see. For some of them, I actually had to call mom to confirm a little bit because, like I said, it's been 12 years since I've been home, so I don't really recall them like super duper well. So when it comes to a new year, one of the things we do is you have to celebrate a new year with your family, as in like your parents, your relatives, and everything else that's together, and like you live at that address, you have to celebrate it in the stroke of midnight. You do your cheers. We always have a toast, we say, before everybody's drinking. It's always a toast. And then you eat. And then after that is done, that's when we can go out and be with our friends.
See, most of us start out here partying at night.
That pretty much what it means is that for that particular
thank God.
coming, yeah, the AC.
The AC finally kicked in.
So for this, like, that just kind of means that for this rest coming year, you are gonna be still close with your family, and you're gonna stay together and stay
sweet,
connected type of thing. Yeah. So that's that one. And a lot of these Alicia's mentioned that we also follow that I don't necessarily follow, but the New Year one I do kind of follow. I think it's just kind of like a sweet tradition type of thing, you know, superstition, tradition, whatever it is. The cat crossing, I don't really follow. The mirror breaking, I don't really follow that. There's one we have. Let's see, you, whenever you are sitting at a dinner table and with a family, for instance, if there is a family member that is single, not married or nothing, that person is not allowed to sit on the corner of the table, because that will mean that that particular person is not going to get married for another 7 years.
Oh, wow.
So I've been only told once. I was accidentally, I never sat at a corner table, but at that time our table was full. My dad's like, move. What? And then they explain it. I'm like, oh, okay.
Okay.
But mom said, like, to kind of like to make that not to happen, if you sit in your table in Russia, we always have tablecloth on our table, and you just have to like fold the tablecloth somehow, funky way that makes it that corner not existent,
like
and
the corner disappears.
Yes, and you are become with the table again. I don't know.
That's funny.
That one is just kind of stuck out to me just because it's kind of a little silly. Yeah. Let's see. Don't wear one shoe. That says. That means that one of your parents is gonna die.
Oh.
Yeah, don't wear one shoe. Don't play with scissors, as in just like kind of like free wheeling, kind of like open close type of thing motion. That means you're not gonna have money.
Oh, wow. Like it cuts off the money.
No. It's like if you gotta play with the scissors when you just kind of like open, close them, that means your parents, I believe, gonna be arguing. That's what it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we don't have that. We have don't run with scissors because you'll poke your eye out,
or kill someone.
Let's
see. Also, like whenever you outside, if somebody is walking towards you with an empty container of any kind, it can be literally just anything. Okay, see, like when it comes to the U.S., where, for example, we live, there's not that many people that walk. We don't really walk. We usually mainly cars. So it doesn't apply. But in Russia, where majority of the people would always walk, so people would go to the grocery store, go buy their own business and stuff like that. And on the way, like they can be carrying some kind of like baskets or some containers or bottles, or something will be empty. So it's an empty container. Well, for my mom, whenever she goes towards a person who's carrying an empty container, means that she will have, my mom will have like an empty day, as in like everything that she needs to get done that day is not gonna happen.
Like an unproductive day.
Yeah, it's gonna be a useless day. You might as well turn around and just don't go about your business, because everything will not go the way you want it. That's how, and it has happened to my mom all the time. Every time that I've known that, it's always been that way. It doesn't work for me. So she would sometimes take me with her, like, you know, because she just had to take me with her. And if there's somebody coming, you know, towards
you
with
would
an
like
empty container, yeah, I cancel it out for her. Yeah. So I'm like, well, I'm good.
Yeah. I'm trying to sit here and think as if anybody's ever walked towards me with an empty container before, other than like a pop bottle. Does a pop bottle count?
If it's empty, yeah. anything that's empty.
I can't even think of anybody
Yeah,
like ever.
and that's
doing
the thing though, because I hear it doesn't
It doesn't
really work.
Yeah,
you
like
know?
it doesn't apply to our lives
Yeah.
because that's not how we live our lives. We're not constantly walking around.
Exactly. Let's see. Also, when you wear clothes inside out, that means you're gonna get spanking. That's mainly that mainly.
And you
works.
say ours are like unlucky. You get a spanking. It's like-
Spanking. You deserve the spanking. Let's see. That's pretty much kind of like when we were kids. So if an adult wears inside out clothes, what does that mean?
my kind of spanking. I mean, that's a joke.
Well, you guys just take that one. However,
that was a joke.
You know, or is it? All right. Let's see. You cannot use a knife like a utensil as a fork. You cannot use it like you cannot put like a piece of stab it with a piece of meat and then like eat it. That means you are gonna be like an angry person.
Oh.
I have done that. Yes.
She is an angry person.
My mom would yell at me every time. I did it as a child way too often.
I mean, I've done that, like gotten yelled at for sticking a knife in my mouth, but it's not because of superstition. It's because you're going to stab yourself in the face if you
see. Okay, she says that mine are bad. Hers always goes towards murder, killing.
Well, no,
mine's
like
just
it was
spanking.
like no, it's not even a superstition. Like it was like my mom was being like common sense. Like you're going to accidentally stab yourself in the mouth or cut your mouth.
Well, we never have to
worry
worry about it because we don't put our knives that deep.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see.
Anyway,
okay, so you cannot leave a...
She's written this in Russian, so I can't read it. Like I'm trying to read it, and it's all in Russian. So.
Okay, so you cannot leave a knife on a table overnight. I actually didn't know that one. Mom always cleans everything at night. I mean, everything's clean. But she says you have to put a knife back in its drawer or whatever where it belongs because the knife represents the head of the household, which represents the father, the husband, the male, you know. So I guess you put him back in its place so he knows how to like find his way back home, kind of like be there. Yeah, type of thing, like, you know.
See, I would take that if somebody told me that as like to keep him from having an affair on.
Well, I guess it could be something like that. I don't really know exactly.
Well, it doesn't matter in my house. So
that kind of like something I never really knew, never
thought of.
Yeah,
like it's just something. So.
That's just what my mom, had. Yeah. Another thing, whenever you have a visitor at your house that you not necessarily enjoy having, I mean, we all have.
Yeah, we've all had those visitors.
I mean, we love everybody.
I have one in mind right now. I couldn't help it. Like, you left the door wide open for me to say it.
You little shit.
I know. Like, I knew it was going to be good. Like, as soon as you started saying it, I was like, I'm going to say this. No, wait, I can't do it by myself.
All right. So, Mom says, okay, so for that period of time, Mom would say that was mainly done for whenever your mother-in-laws come in.
Somebody didn't like her mother-in-law.
Let's see. So she says as soon as the person leaves, whoever it is, what you take is you take a broom. It mainly meant a broom, not really a sweeper.
Yeah.
But back then, so when you take a broom, whenever a person like exits out, you take a broom and you sweep everything that's behind them
away,
outside
so
towards,
they don't come back.
Towards where they were going.
Yeah.
Like as soon as they pretty much leave, you do that really quickly, and apparently the person doesn't come back for a while at least, because I'm sure those people always come back.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Just like I will.
I need to try it though. It's right there. Not when you leave. I know who I want to try it on though.
That's good. I actually do have some people there. All right. Whenever you drop silverware, whenever you drop, let's say, a knife, fork, and a spoon, in Russia, each of those items have, how would you call it? Like sex to them.
Like genders?
Gender, yeah. In America, I don't think.
We don't have gender.
Yeah. So
we don't have gender
let's
assignment
see.
to like inanimate objects. Spanish
So-
does as well.
Vilka, ложка, so spoon and fork are females, where knife is a male.
How do you say knife?
Нож.
Nosh.
So whenever you drop one of these items, and whatever they are, if they're a female or a male, if you do not, that means a company is coming.
Ugh.
That means those like either a male or a female company is coming. And if you don't want that to happen, what you do is you take that particular item and you hide it. You hide it either like really quickly, I guess, wash it and put it away, or you just hide it like under a kitchen towel or something, something like that. You just hide it like that one.
That's amazing.
I follow all the time. Every time I hear something dropped, I'm like, what? Who dropped it? Pick it up. Put it
Go
away.
hide it. Go hide it.
I'm not really big on visitors. I don't like unexpected visitors. That
That's
is not
me.
my thing.
Like,
I think I prefer,
if I know
if you make a
somebody's-
plan,
Yeah.
like that's fine. If I make a plan, I think that's good because everything's prepared. It's expected. I do not like surprises, the unexpected stuff.
Yeah.
I like stuff kind of planned out.
Yeah,
you
I'm
know?
right there with you. Like, I feel like it's an invasion of my privacy when somebody just drops by my house.
Yeah, I think,
Yeah.
and I think it's I know people mean well, but I think it's slightly maybe rude or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't do that.
feel like
because
it's a little rude.
It's something it's not, Also in Russia, whenever you go and visit somebody, like you haven't seen for a while or whatever, you have to bring something, like as a gift. You don't show up with empty hands.
Yeah, we do that in the United States as well, but it's more of like if you're going to an event where there will be food, like you're going to someone's house for Christmas or Thanksgiving or any kind of event, like a party or something like that, you bring a dish because if you're going to eat, then you need to help supplement with the amount of food that people have. So like that the event has. So
Yeah.
that's kind of how we do things is if like whenever I go to like an event for our church or like to someone's house for Thanksgiving or Christmas or some kind of dinner, and I know I'm going to be making food, if I'm bringing someone else with me, I will make a dish for myself, a dish for that person, whoever I'm with, and so that way we're all accounted for so we can all eat.
That's true.
That's kind of how we do
It's
it.
kind of like a considerate thing.
Yeah,
to
I
do.
think it's a considerate thing to do. It's like you're bringing more people, you need to bring more food. So
All right, let's see. Next one is whenever you break dishes or whatever it is, in the kitchen that's accidental, that means it's a good luck, sign of good luck. So anytime you break like, a glass, a plate, a bowl or whatever accidentally, it's like super good luck.
see, I would say it's bad luck.
No,
because
it's
you're breaking something.
No,
that you own.
it's a good luck, and hey, it's less dishes to wash.
Yeah, that's true.
So super good
there are
luck.
two coins. There are two sides to this coin every time.
Okay, so another one, if you have chipped dishes, it has cracks in it or whatever, plates, bowls, again, whatever it is, you cannot eat out of them because that represents your life being a chipped, a broken life.
Oh,
So
see,
you
I
can
wouldn't
do
have
that.
taken it like that far. Like, but I have heard that eating out of something that's chipped or broken, or drinking out of something that's chipped or broken, is bad luck. But not that it represents our lives. Like, that's neat though.
Let's see, you can whistle on inside because that means no money.
Huh?
So I don't whistle. I actually don't know how to whistle. I whistle
don't know
backwards,
how to whistle.
and
Yeah.
it sounds horrible. So that means like I'm supposed to not know how to whistle.
That's my whistling.
Okay,
Because I whistle
well,
through my front teeth.
I whistle like I suck the air back in. I'm a weirdo. Yeah. Exactly.
I can't believe I just did that. Like, I surprised my own
You go,
self.
but I'm not gonna whistle.
Yeah.
That's something I do follow too. Let's see, when you go on a long journey, everybody kind of takes a moment of silence, kind of sits. It's like they say посидим на дорожку, which is kind of let's sit for the road. You just kind of take a break and you think good thoughts and make the trip to be
Oh,
good.
that's good.
You
I
know?
like that. Listen to this. This is how different our cultures are, because everything that Angelina has said is either to ward off bad luck or brings good luck, and I'm just like death, 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 death.
See?
Everything
like
causes death.
She didn't like me saying spanky.
Yeah, I know. Like,
That's well, I mean, we do have little bad ones,
Yeah.
but let's see. We have also whenever you show something on your body, which I actually grew out of that one. I used to be like a firm believer in that or whatever, which is kind of like I don't even know how to believe in that. Okay, so this is the example, for example. So anyways, I will be showing on myself this. I was like, I'll be telling a story. So this one time I saw somebody have like an arm and it had like this big gigantic growth on it. So I'm showing something on myself that I wouldn't want anybody to have, not myself or anything. So you are jinxing yourself with this.
to give yourself one of
Yeah,
those.
so what you do, okay, this is
you
what
knock
we
on
say.
wood?
We go, лети, на кого не попади. So,
I don't even know what that meant, but it sounded funny.
so it says it's like you taking it away, as in you go, and then you tell him fly away, and don't get on to anybody else.
Oh, okay.
It's like I don't want it, and don't go to nobody else.
Okay. All right. Yeah,
You know,
yeah. Like
and-
it's like go away. It's like shoe fly. Don't bother me.
You know, and that used to be something I followed all the time, and I literally, now that I think about it, I have not said
haven't
that
done
in a
that
long
in
time.
forever.
But maybe also because I don't really show anything on myself
Yeah,
either,
that's true.
because that's just how it works.
Yeah.
I think one of the last things I can remember is if you see a bird, like on a window, like where we lived on a 10th floor, not too many birds would fly to our window and just chill there. They would just go to the roof and stuff. But if you see a bird flying to your window and knocks with their beak on it, on the window or the wood part of it,
yeah.
the frame and
frame.
stuff, that means death's coming.
Oh, they do have death ones.
Yes, we do have it, and that's literally, I think, the only one that I can think of with death. But
Where
that's
it causes death.
yeah, that's something. I have seen many birds that would fly to our windows. Not often, but they happen. But
I have tons of
hasn't
birds
happened.
here. Like tons. Like I literally have a flock of birds that basically live in my backyard. And I've had them fly into my window, like fly full speed and hit my window and die.
that just shows
Yeah.
that Alicia's windows are very. Let's see.
Sorry.
That just shows that Alicia's windows are very clean, and they're like, ooh.
Oh, I can just fly right through here. Yeah. That's happened several times.
I was gonna
where
say I don't really follow that, just because in my opinion that is something, it's too harsh. It's a little bit of a too much
It's
to
just a
intake,
bird. Yeah.
And I mean, it's a bird, you can't control
Yeah.
that, and it is what it is. And we, like I said, we believe in what we believe, and whatever works for us, and
is
whatever
what
we were
works,
able
yeah.
to take in from our family, from our parents. And there are some that are more silly, and some are more
serious, but
doable.
Yeah.
But I think our children are probably going to have even less superstitions if you think about it. I think my kids at this moment don't really care about any of that.
I
And
mean, I will admit that I have told my daughter not to like throw her hats on the bed and stuff like that, and she'll ask me why, and I'll be like, well, it's bad luck. And then I stop myself and I'm like, did I really just say that? And then she'll be like,
because it's like automatic.
yeah,
for you.
yeah. And then she'll be like, that doesn't make any sense. And I'll be like, whatever, throw your hand on the bed, I don't care. So,
That's the
you know.
thing. I think at my daughter's age now, I followed a lot of these superstitions because mom was like so on top of them and
Yeah.
stuff. And I think the only one, like I said, right now I'm doing, and I've told my daughter, is the silverware falling down and somebody's coming. I just tell her at the time, conveniently, I'll have like a big old pot with water full sitting in the sink. I'm like, just dump them in there.
Yeah.
Nobody will be coming. Or there's one thing, whenever you stand like upside down, like like where your head is kind of like between your legs on the floor and stuff, that means somebody's coming.
Everything is
always
about
something
visiting.
coming.
Everything is like everything in Russia is about people
So
visiting.
you
each
guys
other.
are afraid of death. We don't like visitors.
Yeah. That's so
But
funny.
this is our superstitions and that we grew up with, so hopefully you angels enjoyed it, and we definitely would love to hear what is your superstitions, from where you coming from and what you were raised on. I think it's going to be very interesting if you will add something that we actually ourselves have that we didn't recall.
Yeah.
And again, there's just so many of them to mention. We just kind of like throw on the over the kind of like the ones the basic ones.
Yeah, the ones that we like were at the top
The top
of our head.
ones, the top list and stuff. So thank you, Angel, so much for this wonderful suggestion. If you have any more, please leave them in the comments below. Other than that, double subscribe to our channel, hit the subscribe button and the bell so you guys know every time something new comes out, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.